In this video, we'll be talking about how NIO is secretly saving money in a big, massive way. We're also going to talk about lithium prices. We're also going to talk about the 150 kilowatt hour battery pack that's coming and is actually already here, basically. And we're also going to talk about something pretty interesting. So on my road trip back, I noticed something very, very interesting, and it is the fact that some battery swap stations are not filled with battery packs. Some of them only have a couple of battery packs, and this was quite apparent when I went by a sort of semi-remote swap station that was a 2.0 swap station and only had total 7 batteries, whereas it could fit 13. So that told me that what NIO is doing is that at certain locations where there's less traffic, it doesn't make sense to place a lot of batteries there. So NIO is just placing some batteries based on the amount of traffic that's flowing there, which I think is a very smart way to save money because those batteries are quite expensive. Now, speaking of how expensive battery packs are, NIO is actually earning quite a lot of money from battery prices. As you guys may be aware, lithium prices have pretty much hit rock bottom. But despite that, NIO has not adjusted their battery pack prices. This is perhaps in anticipation of a rebound of lithium prices based on the lithium supply gap, which could reach up to $5 trillion of supply gap by the year 2049. Now, according to Foremost Lithium, here's the lithium industry outlook. Structural lithium supply gap driven by the electrification of the global economy. Lithium demand is expected to structurally outstrip supply. The Inflation Reduction Act provides a 7,500 EV tax credit, but requires that battery minerals in EVs be extracted or processed in the US or free trade partner countries such as Canada. The energy transition necessitates grid-scale battery storage. Onshoring of critical mineral supply chains is a growing national security concern. Battery and electric vehicle makers are securing their raw materials directly with miners and junior explorers, presenting a lucrative opportunity. That's right, folks. If you look at the global lithium cell production capacity in 2025, you can see that the majority of production will still be coming from China. But if Chinese EV makers want to sell in North America, they have to ensure that every single bit and piece of the car is actually made. Here you're looking at an article from Reuters. The Financial Times reported on Wednesday that about 1,000 Porsche sports cars and SUVs, several hundred Bentleys, and several thousand Audi vehicles were impounded by custom officials at U.S. port because a Chinese subcomponent breached anti-forced labor laws. The FT said the problem was discovered in mid-January, but it was unclear how long the vehicles were delayed. The VW spokesperson said for individual customers, the delay could last until the end of March. If EV companies from China want to sell in the States, they will probably have to localize their supply chain to North American suppliers, including their battery supplier and lithium supplier, so that they comply with these anti-forced labor laws. Now, if you look at the North American Battery Initiative, you can see that batteries are big business in North America. And Foremost Lithium is one of them. Foremost Lithium is a hard rock lithium exploration company strategically located in Manitoba, Canada, to capitalize on the world's growing EV appetite. They have over 43,000 acres of property over 4 distinct projects in Manitoba we call Lithium Land Properties. They are currently trading at $3.06 per share and could be ready for an explosive move up, in my personal opinion. Definitely worth taking a look at. Now, guys, finally for the hottest news, the 150 kilowatt hour semi-solid state battery pack has been confirmed here, and the Bureau of Transportation has released statistics about this battery pack, which I think is really worth taking a look at. By the way, this screenshot you're looking at is a NIO sales rep confirming that it's already here, which is very cool. And I want to clarify that it is only a semi-solid state battery and not a full solid state battery. That just means that within the NIO battery pack, there are modules that are still lithium batteries, but some of the other ones are solid state batteries. So this is pretty cool. And also, battery pack cells inside the battery packs are also swappable, if you guys didn't already know that, which is quite amazing. So here are the official statistics of the battery pack. We can see for the ET5, you got 1,055 kilometers of range. This is CLTC rated range, and 150 kilowatt hour battery pack, 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. ET5T, 1,010 kilometers of range, 6.7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. The ET7, which is kind of interesting, 1,050 kilometers of range, 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Now, NIO CEO did do that live stream that was over 1,000 kilometers long. He drove for over 12 hours, and it proved, and it was on an ET7 with the 150 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it proved that the actual testing, they got over 1,000 kilometers. So this, even though most of the time your actual range is lower than the labeled range, it is proven by the CEO that NIO with ET7 and 150 kilowatt hour battery pack at cold conditions with AC on can actually get over 1,000 kilometers of actual range, which is mind-blowing. Now, ES6, 930 kilometers of CLTC range, 6.2 kilowatt hour per kilometers per kilowatt hour. EC6, 935 kilometers of range, 6.2 as well. ES7, 930 kilometers of range, 6.2. EC7, 940 kilometers of range, 6.3 kilometers per kilowatt hour. And then the ES8, 900, ES8 being the heaviest car out of the bunch, 900 kilometers of range, 6 kilometers per kilowatt hour. 900 kilometers of range is absolutely nuts, insane, even for the ES8, which is a massive heavy vehicle. I believe the actual range will actually be much better, especially on vehicles like the ET7 and ET5, because they're a lot more aerodynamic, especially the ET7. I think the ET7 will get at least 1,300 kilometers of range, because in actual testing, the CEO got like 1,100 kilometers of range in actual testing, okay? So that's pretty nuts. However, we don't have any information on pricing yet. NIO's president said in the past that this one battery pack costs as much as ET5, which is quite expensive. And I've been told by the NIO manager that this battery pack will pretty much be rental exclusive because of availability. So basically, if you need it, you rent it, and every swap station will probably only have one of these battery packs. So that also means that if somebody goes to a swap station and swaps away the 150 and you're there right after he swapped it out, then you're out of luck. You kind of have to wait until it charges up. So that is that. Hopefully, with the lithium prices falling right now, rock bottom prices, NIO is able to adjust all the battery prices as well as gas prices down, like the president of NIO Power said that they would do. So it's pretty much semi-confirmed that battery prices will be adjusted down, but also hopefully the 150 won't be that expensive. The price of ET5, come on, that's got to be lowered. So hopefully they can lower that, make it more affordable, and people will actually be able to buy this battery pack and not just rent it. So that's going to be it for today's video. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.